Hi, Shin-Ching.
Hello.
So nice to meet you here again, although this time on the screen.
Hello. Nice to meet you again too.
Thank you for being here with us, virtually speaking. I will break the ice with the first question. I know this movie comes from far. You started thinking about it a long time ago. But and it's not your first movie because you co-directed uh, your first movie together with Sean Baker. But this is your movie, really. It's really something yours, deeply yours. Can you just talk about how it was born, the first steps, the first years, and how you developed it also together with Sean Baker, but it comes from something I think very personal.
Yes. Well, the original idea of the film it actually came from a piece of memory. Uh, I when I was in high school, and my my grandfather saw me use a knife with my left hand, so he scolded me and he told me left hand is devil's hand, and he asked me do not never use the left hand. So that's actually just from that piece of memory, and I remember that when he told me that the feeling of guilt and the feeling like I didn't know what I did wrong. So that, I always remember that. So for this longest time until I went to New York, when I came to New York and doing my master degree in media studies, I ran into Sean Baker in a editing room. So, we bonded through liking same type of movies, like Dogma 95 movies. And I don't know if you know about Dogma 95. It's a Danish, it's a
Yeah,
Danish.
yeah. We know. I think that most of the people know. I will ask them.
Great. So, we just bonded through liking the type of movies, and we watched all the Dogma 95 together. And, I remember the time we were talking about we wanted to make a film together. So, Left-Handed Girl, the devil hand, the de left-handed devil hand idea, I told Sean about, that piece of memory, and he thought that sounds like a magical idea. We should try to turn into a script. So that's how the that very first beginning of the idea.
Ok. C'è qualcuno che ha bisogno di traduzione o avete capito tutti? Se qualcuno ha bisogno di traduzione, alzi la mano e facciamo un riassunto, diciamo. Non sono un interprete, un pochino di riassunto. Ok, I'll do a very short translation. Sì, allora, tutto viene da un'esperienza personale, il nonno che gli ha detto, ma tu hai la stessa cosa che dice la bambina, però quando lei era già grande, in realtà, e quando lei ha incontrato Sean Baker facendo il master, si sono conosciuti in una sala di montaggio, poi hanno parlato, vedevano insieme i film di Dogma. Sapete tutti cos'è Dogma 95? Qualcuno non sa? Dogma 95, se pensate, Lars von Trier e i suoi amici inizialmente avevano fondato questo gruppetto che voleva riportare il cinema a una, diciamo, a una maggiore sobrietà e a un maggiore realismo attraverso, ad esempio, la rinuncia alla musica, la rinuncia a qualunque effetto speciale, lo stare in mezzo agli attori con la camera a mano e tutta una serie di modi anche un po' sporchi di usare la camera che servivano a riportare molta realtà nel cinema. E loro erano appassionati di Dogma 95, dei film di questo gruppo di registi, e quando lei ha raccontato a Sean di questo episodio, hanno subito pensato che poteva essere appunto l'idea per un film. Ecco. Ok, thank you. And so you immediately started to transform it into a movie, but it took a very long time.
Hmm. Yeah, we so 2001, that was the first time I actually invited Sean to Taiwan with me because he has never been to Taiwan before. So I thought, I wanted to show him Taiwan. I wanted to show him everything about Taiwan, the night market, the Bidona stand, like everything that represent Taiwan. So that was the very first time we went back. And but at the time, it wasn't easy. It's almost impossible to find funding in U.S. to make a foreign language film. So we went back to New York in 2003. We made Takeout instead. Takeout is the first film we co-directed together, and that is very important. It was a very important film in our careers because that was the very fundamental film. We kind of learn how to make this type of movie, realism movie, how to work in the real locations, how to do street casting, how to do pretty much everything with very little money. So that was a very important learning experience for us.
Era molto difficile però a quei tempi trovare finanziamenti in America per fare un film in cinese in un paese straniero e quindi sono tornati negli Stati Uniti e hanno fatto il loro primo film che hanno codiretto, che è Take Out, che è stato un film fondamentale perché gli ha permesso di imparare intanto a girare in location reali, quindi non nei set, ma direttamente in città, in posti reali, per strada e imparare proprio un linguaggio e delle modalità che gli permettesse di fare dei film molto realistici, molto reali. Yeah, thank you.
Then, yes, and I found out from that I produced Ocean's movie with him, Starlet, Tangerine, Florida Project, and then Red Rocket. So actually, in 2010, after we released Take Out in the theater, we thought this might be the time we want to make, really want to make Left-Handed Girl. So we went back to Taiwan again, and we stayed there for 1 month. So we stayed there to write the script, and also we want to make sure find the right night market to film the movie. So we went to all the different night markets in Taiwan, and we actually found the one we shot. We shot the film, like the one you just saw. And when we went there, that's the reason we used that night market, because when we went to that night market, we actually ran into a real little girl, just like the character in the movie, and she was there just running around on her own. So when we saw her, and when I make friend with her mother is also a single mother. So we realized this is it's a very like a verifying process for us, because we found this real little girl who really live in the night market and running around just like the story we are writing.
E dopo che il loro primo film è uscito, sono tornati appunto a pensare a questo progetto. Prima mi sono dimenticata di dire che aveva portato Sean appunto a Taiwan per conoscere la città e lui se ne era innamorato. E sono tornati di nuovo a Taiwan dopo che è uscito il loro primo film e questa volta hanno proprio cercato i posti dove poter girare. Hanno girato per tutti i mercati notturni e qui hanno trovato una bambina che è proprio quella che poi si vede nel film, che poteva funzionare, insomma, come personaggio del film, con una mamma single e quindi hanno avuto dalla realtà un ulteriore spunto.
Yeah, so and finally in 2021, after we went back to Cannes in main competition with Red Rocket. So we actually met with the French distributor, and they asked us, "Oh, do you have any script?" So we showed them the Left-Handed Girl script, and they were really happy. They loved the script, and that's how we finally make the movie happen.
E poi sono andati a Cannes con The Red Rocket, un film purtroppo che non è stato distribuito in Italia, è andato credo alla Festa del Cinema di Roma. Però lì ha avuto comunque molta risonanza il film e hanno trovato un produttore che gli ha chiesto se avevano in mente un progetto e finalmente quindi hanno trovato i primi soldi per costruire questo film.
Yes.
And so you took advantage of what you had learned working together with Sean Baker, but you took inspiration from your own life, but um, going to Taiwan and to the night market and getting to know people and also the actresses, did you uh, take from reality? What, was there something that was added to the original screenplay?
Uh, Sorry, I didn't understand.
um, Talking to the people, the actresses that you found, and I think it's also very interesting to know how you found them.
Yeah.
Uh, did you take inspiration also in their stories, the stories you met, like the child that you met in 2010? Uh, there were there more things that were added to the original screenplay?
Okay. Well, yeah, since 2010 we finished the script, but we couldn't find money. But this 10 years before we made movie in 2022, for this 10 years, I went back home every year, So I went back to the night market. I followed this family basically for 10 years. I always went back there and I asked their lifestyle, their life story as well. So a lot of their life story, I kind of inspired the story a little bit because the mother is also a single mother, and also a lot of characters. They all inspired by people in my life in Taiwan, like all the sibling, the family dynamic. They're all based on my mom because my mom has five sisters and one brother. So I see those sibling fighting, competing with each other. So pretty much every character and everything pretty much inspired by my own life and obviously the people around me in Taiwan.
Sì, tutta la storia è ispirata in parte alle persone che ha incontrato, come appunto questa madre con questa bambina e tante persone che ha continuato a incontrare perché torna appunto a Taiwan ogni anno e soprattutto alla sua famiglia, sua mamma, è una famiglia simile, insomma, con diverse sorelle che litigano spesso, quindi ci sono delle grandi somiglianze con quella che è proprio la sua famiglia, la sua esperienza personale. I will do maybe my last questions, waiting for they to ask some questions. Quindi aspetto anche ovviamente le vostre domande, ne faccio un'ultima io. Ehm, I know you used an iPhone to shoot some of the scenes, and I wonder how difficult it was to shoot in the night market with the crew. How many people were in the crew? How did you do it?
Okay. Well, uh, from the very beginning, I know I wanted to shoot in a real night market. So, in order to do that, I know we had to hire our crew and also we had to hire our camera because imagine in this very busy night market, if you have a huge camera set out in the middle of the night market, like people will not leave you alone. They will just want to come over and they want to see what you're doing. So that was the reason we actually shot everything on iPhone because I want to capture that real vibe in the night market. We don't want to disturb the environment. We don't want to disturb, the real night market. People just kind of, walking around every night. So that was why. And so we have a 20 people crew because we have almost all the locations are real locations. So we know like the space is very narrow. So I don't want to have a big crew, but eventually when we shot in the night market, we realized 20 people is even too much. So we have five to six people as the crew, and then with our actors. So that was the only way we finished the film. And I remember the after towards the end of the shoot, the people who really walking around in the night market, they thought we are a real noodle stand. So they even came over to order noodle from our actress.
Sì, hanno usato l'iPhone perché era l'unico modo per non farsi notare troppo, no? Per non impattare troppo e fare in modo che le persone non si mettessero tutte a guardare cosa stavano facendo. Quindi per mantenere questo senso di vivido, di realtà, hanno cercato di usare una troupe piccola e la troupe era di 20 persone, si sono accorti subito che in realtà erano fin troppi, quindi giravano in 5 o 6 alla volta insieme agli attori e sono riusciti a mimetizzarsi così abilmente nella night market che alla fine la gente andava lì credendo che fossero davvero venditori di noodle e gli chiedevano i noodle. Thank you. And I will ask them, c'è qualcuno che ha qualche domanda pronta, qualche curiosità? Non ho esaurito sicuramente tutti gli argomenti, quindi ecco qua, passo il microfono.
Grazie. Intanto volevo fargli i complimenti per il film che è veramente bellissimo, mi è piaciuto molto. Ehm, Ho notato una domanda un po' tecnica, vabbè, sull'aspetto fotografico. Ho notato che c'è un uso molto forte di, appunto, penso filtri diffusori, quindi si vedono questi aloni sempre molto presenti intorno alle luci, che sia il sole, che siano le luci artificiali. Quindi mi chiedevo se fosse una scelta, sicuramente lo è, e come mai.
It's a very technical question. I don't know if I can translate it, but I will try. It's
Yeah.
about, he enjoyed a lot the movie, by the way, and he's asking about the colors. She so sort of a use of filters,
Hmm.
like because there are many halos around the colors and the lights, and
Yeah.
so he was asking about this choice.
Okay. So we did use a filter called Black Forest. So we know, in the night market, there are lights all over the place that we cannot control. So we kind of want to make the light softer. So that's why we use that, black forest filter. So when the camera, the light, like we hit the light with the camera lens, you will not have that very harsh, and also that's going to change the focus of for the iPhone. So we kind of use that forest, a black forest, a filter to try to make it softer and also make it like a kind of a little dreamy kind of feeling. And the whole film is actually we want to show this film through the little girl's eyes. And we know little children, they have very, very acute vision, compared to adults. So especially they see things we adult don't see anymore. So that was the attention to try to mimic that color, like extra saturate and also extra bright color to kind of show the children's point of view.
Sì, hanno usato un filtro che serviva a rendere più soffici, più delicati i contrasti, perché soprattutto di notte con tutte queste luci, altrimenti sarebbe stato impossibile controllare tutte queste luci e queste ombre, e quindi da una parte c'era questo filtro per rendere tutto un po' più soffice e dall'altra c'era anche questa super saturazione cromatica che doveva rispondere anche un po' al desiderio di mostrare le cose attraverso gli occhi di una bambina e quindi eh, i bambini vedono le cose in maniera forse più brillante, più magica degli adulti e quindi c'era anche il desiderio di rendere questo aspetto. Ci sono altre domande? Non siate timide e timidi, che poi dopo il tempo scade. Ecco qua.
Buonasera. Allora, innanzitutto volevo fare i complimenti per il film, è stupendo, e anche in particolare per la recitazione della bambina, che porta proprio ha un'intensità nello sguardo, porta una verità che veramente eleva il film. Volevo sapere qual è stato il loro rapporto sul set e nel caso con bambine così piccole come si gestiscono le scene particolarmente drammatiche, quando ad esempio la bambina piange, insomma, qual è stato il suo approccio?
The question is about Nina, the young actress. She found her wonderful, and she is asking if it's whether it's difficult to work with children, and how how was your relationship with her on the set? How could you uh, make her, for instance, act in very dramatic scenes?
Hmm. Well, finding, I think having Nina as a cast, we are really, 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 really happy and feel really lucky. And she actually came recommended by an agent in Taiwan because at the time she was a little commercial star. She already acted in commercial for 3 years when I cast her. When I cast her, she was 6, and she started acting when she was 3. So she already knew really well like how to behave on set, what to do on set. And especially her mother. Her mother did such a great help because she'd been coaching her for 3 years. So she knew how to prepare her, how to tell her the story, reading the script with her. And because at the time she couldn't read yet. So, her mother will help her understand everything and also help her memorize the lines. So when she came to set, she was always really, well prepared. It's perfect. So I think for to help a little, actor, and also we have a first time actor, the older sister. So to help them to get into the role, I think it's really important to create the environment. We shot on real location, everything like the beat on us, then the night market, grandparents' apartment. Those are all real locations. So I think put that into like a very authentic environment that really help them to get into the role, and also they get into the role, so they feel like they are the characters. So we feel like we don't really need to do too much with them.
Sì, è stata in realtà, dice, molto fortunata perché questa bambina gli è stata suggerita da un'agenzia, da un agente, e aveva 6 anni, ma già da 3 anni era una piccola star delle pubblicità, quindi sapeva assolutamente come stare su un set. E poi c'era sua mamma, che era la sua, non so come si dice in italiano, la sua coach, quella che la aiutava, insomma, sul set, e le spiegava come fare, l'aiutava soprattutto a memorizzare anche la sua parte perché non sapeva ancora leggere a quel tempo. E quindi lei e sua mamma sono state bravissime, e sì, in generale, certo, con i ragazzini è difficile, e c'era anche l'altra attrice, la sorella maggiore, che era il suo primo ruolo, quindi anche con lei comunque c'era sicuramente una complessità. E la cosa migliore per far recitare i giovani, i ragazzini o comunque i non attori è quella di metterli in un contesto che li aiuta. E in questo caso il fatto di girare in location reali è stato sicuramente una chiave che ha permesso loro di calarsi più facilmente nella loro parte. Thank you, Shin-Ching.
Okay.
Qualche altra domanda? Vediamo un po'. I will ask the following question that is about Sean Baker.
Mhm.
What I know he edited the movie,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Did you agree from the first steps how to share the work on this movie, and how relevant was his editing, his and his view and everything in the movie?
Oh yeah, from the very beginning, after we co-wrote the script, and then we decided, well, this is basically my very personal story, so I should be the solo director on it. So from the very beginning, we knew like I will be directing the film, and then he will come back to just kind of finish the film, like acting the film together. And since he's also the co-writer, so it's actually perfect because he knows the story inside out. He knows all the characters. He know all the story arc. So for him to come back to finish the editing, it's really 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 wonderful and really essential to finish the full movie right.
Sì, con Sean Baker hanno deciso dall'inizio che lei sarebbe stata l'unica regista, però lo hanno scritto insieme la storia e quindi lui era sicuramente la persona perfetta per aiutarla poi a finirlo anche attraverso il montaggio, perché sapeva tutto per filo e per segno di questa storia. C'è qualche altra domanda? Sì, sì, vai, non c'è problema.
Questa è una domanda un po' più generale, se a livello di scrittura le capita magari davanti a una difficoltà di scrittura, se, visto che questo film magari è un po' più personale, per cui mi immagino che sia stato facile scriverlo, ma se davanti a una difficoltà di scrittura come si rapporta, cioè se ha, non so, delle pratiche, dei trucchi.
She's asking suggestions when you have difficulties in writing. What do you do? Do you have some tricks, something that helps you when you meet some difficulties in writing a subject?
Well, we did a lot of research. I think that's like just because the movie we are making is all about people. It's about this for example, this is all about the night market. So I actually spent a lot of time in there, and also I get a lot of inspiration by just talking to people inside the night market. So I feel like if a lot of time we have no like for some reason we don't know what to write or we don't know like what's next. A lot of times we will talk to people. I also always get some idea from just talking to the people the story we want to tell. For example, Johnny, right, in the film, he was talking about he had the money, he collect the money and he can lend the money to the mother. So that is actually inspired by a conversation that I talked to the real noodle stand owner. He told me in because night market is like a big community and they always trying to help each other. So they have those private money club. They will put money together and everybody if you have any problem you need more you need money. So everybody will take turn to use money when they need it. So a lot of times just inspired by talking to people, doing your research. And I think that's very important.
Una cosa molto importante è fare molta ricerca. Nel loro caso, appunto, hanno fatto molta ricerca stando nei night market e proprio imparando cosa succedeva lì e per esempio a volte quando non sai bene come andare avanti è parlare con le persone che ti aiuta. Le stesse persone che sono poi un po' il soggetto della tua storia ti possono raccontare qualche cosa che ti aiuta a sbloccare il prossimo step della scrittura. Per esempio nel caso del ragazzo che vuole prestare i soldi alla madre, è il frutto di conversazioni reali che sono accadute in cui si sono resi conto che il night market è una grande comunità in cui accade questo, no? Ci si presta i soldi, si mettono in comune i soldi perché oggi hai un problema tu, domani ce l'ho io e quindi c'è questo mutuo soccorso, diciamo. And this aspect of the big community is also the one that makes the atmosphere where a child can run here and there without any danger. Is it correct?
Yes, because that's basically that how the night market is like. So when we ran into that real little girl and we realized this is the way they basically every stand, if you have a kid, then other stand will kind of watch the kid with you because there are so many little kids inside the night market. They actually go to the night market to do business with the parents. So they basically help each other like that. So everybody helping other families to look after their kids as well.
E questo senso di comunità è anche quello che permette a una bambina piccola di correre avanti e indietro per un mercato notturno, perché di fatto tutti i proprietari di stand hanno dei bambini e quindi tutti guardano tutti i bambini, quindi c'è questo senso proprio di collettività che che permette questa cosa che loro hanno visto realmente quando sono andati lì, hanno visto questa bambina. C'è qualche altra domanda? Tutti soddisfatti? Vi è piaciuto il film? Ok. Ah, ok, facciamo allora l'ultima domanda, the last question.
Okay.
Thank you very much. The movie looks really Taiwanese. So my question is, what was the reception of the movie in Taiwan? How was it received by Taiwanese viewers?
Well, I think not. But so far, the film is still in theater. You know, this is the 11th or 12th week in Taiwan, so we are still, the people. I think people watch them. They always find something to connect it with. So I'm really happy and feel really thankful that the film's still there, and then people really. I think people who like it really really enjoyed it.
And then Taiwan selected the movie for the Oscars.
Yes.
And in 10 days you will know.
Yes, in 10 days we'll know if we get into the top five.
Yeah. So I will not say anything because we are superstitious, just as the grandfather in the movie. But what can I say? I'm really happy we had this chance to go deeper in your movie again, and I think people here enjoyed the movie a lot, and so thank you very much, Shin-Ching, for your presence here, virtual presence, and we hope to have you again back to Milan another time for your next movie.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much for having this movie, and then thank you for coming to the theater to watch it together because it's such a wonderful experience, watch with a full room of people and laugh or cry together and share the feeling together.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Lei è dietro, se volete salutarla, è laggiù che vi vede.
And tell your friends how much you like the film.
They liked it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.